Good day and welcome to the Sport Rep Show. I'm your host, Jesse Jackson Kauraitha, updating you on the latest sports news. And now for your latest on the hit list. Let's dive right into football news here. African Stars Football Club became the 8th and last team to secure a place in the quarterfinals of the MTC Maris Cup after beating Coastal Challengers Blue Boys 3-0 at the Hage Geingob Stadium on Sunday. Rikambura Munjwa, Ronald Stika-Keshiere and Jomo Shiveta scored for African Stars to secure the qualification. The Premier League champions' focus will now shift to Oshakati this coming weekend, where they will face mighty Gunners in the last 8 of the tournament. In his post-match interview, coach Ronnie Cananelo said African Stars controlled the match despite some wrong decisions making and wayward passing. The quarterfinal encounters at Oshakati are expected to create an electric atmosphere as 8 of Namibia's big club teams prepare for battle. FC Ongos has been drawn against an informed Young African team, while Unam FC is pitted against Blue Waters FC. King Kauloma Palace faces Bucks Buccaneers in a match expected to be a crowd puller, given that the Palace hails from the northern part of the country and faces a challenger from the capital. And on to some other news here that is interesting from the coastal side. December was crowned inaugural Long Beach Bridge Cricket champions, securing floating trophy and 500 for their efforts. Johannes Erasmus of December was named player of the tournament, receiving a trophy and 200 Namibian dollars. The eventual champions and youthful Sixers squad advanced to the final of the tournament, which is the brainchild of Zigvago Grunewald. December, comprising Johannes Erasmus, Lucas Machai, Solomon Nuyoma, Tawanda Ngwenya and Nato Pasquale scored 49-run sixes, featuring Kelly Carew, Gigi Clivechia, Theo Halukolo, Miguel Halukolo and Chris Still managed 29 runs. 5 teams competed in the inaugural edition of the tournament, which featured 10 tightly contested round-robin matches with an abundance of 4s and some spectacular 6s landing in the ocean. And on to some technology news now. Timetronics BVA, a global leader in innovative sports products, this month urged Namibia to invest in the finest and most advanced track and field equipment. The Belgium-based company's CEO, Kim Peters, believes that the Namibian athletes could greatly benefit from the equipment Timetronics offers to clients around the world. Peters, who is currently on tour of several countries in Southern Africa, is offering to sell the latest versions of the photo finishing equipment. The CEO revealed that a full set of this equipment could cost Namibia approximately 9.3 million. And some interesting news, of course. This is a question that many have in their mind. Namibia is set to welcome a new Sport, Youth and National Service Minister after 21 March, following last year's disputed elections, as the current minister, Agnes Shongarero, prepares to step down. As it stands, a major cabinet reshuffle is expected once President-elect Netumbo Nandi-Ndaitwah assumes office in 2 months. The pressing question within the sports fraternity, however, is who is the president will appoint as the next Minister of Sport. Former Namibia Football Association Secretary General Jorgen Short said in his view, Emma Kantema Gamas, the current Deputy Minister of Sports, has the proper credentials to lead the ministry. Kantema Gamas was placed 31st after the SWAPO Party Electoral Congress. Of course, Dino Balotelli, also one of the stars and somebody that has been involved in sports, is one of the persons that the community feels will be a good minister. And now on to the northern part of the country. Organizers of the Okapia annual tournament that took place during the festive season say they have been motivated to host more tournaments of such nature due to the support they got in the previous one. The tournament that was first launched for the first time in 2019 is said to have elevated in full proper tourney. One of the organizers, Sandro Itana, said that they have been pleased with the response from the community and will therefore continue to plan with the tournament in 2025. It was the third consecutive time Teteya Kuku FC were crowned champions of the event, winning 20,000 this time around. The team also got 18 gold medals and a brand new football kit for their success, while runners-up Mandindi FC took home 10,000 and 18 silver medals plus a football kit. We will now visit the marketplace before the hit list continues. Please do stay tuned.
Slow internet should be a headache of the past, yet many Namibians have connections that just aren't fast. We have a solution that might set you free. It's called Mobile LTE, and it comes with real speed. You'll enjoy up to 50 megabytes per second from just $300 Namibian a month and free internet browsing after midnight till 6. When it comes to staying connected, this is it. Visit Paratus.africa/Namibia or our branches nationwide and experience the thrill of better internet with Paratus by your side.
Always prepared, Paratus.
Now on to some exciting rugby news. The Namibia Rugby Union has announced pivotal developments and future strategies aimed at strengthening Namibian rugby. Our senior journalist Otis Daniels was at a press conference today and has compiled this for us.
Morning, everyone. I would like to welcome everyone to this. I would say this important and significant event. The Namibia Rugby Union and MTC is thrilled to announce and outline pivotal development and future strategies aimed at strengthening Namibian rugby. We welcome all media members and also our rugby stakeholders following rugby in Namibia and all enthusiasts to this significant event. So I'm going to immediately hand over to my Vice President Governance to also share a few words. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome. The press conference serves as a platform to share valuable updates on the NRU's commitment to advancing rugby across Namibia. Attendees will gain insight into the upcoming events, strategic initiatives, and plans to elevate the sport both nationally and internationally.
Right. Okay, so key highlights to be announced. The highly anticipated MTC Regional 15s tournament will showcase the best rugby talent from across Namibia. This event is designed to provide regional players with a platform to demonstrate their skills and secure opportunities to progress within the national rugby structure. The kickoff dates of the Regional 15s would be 22nd February 2025 in Windhoek. The second leg would be 1st of March 2025 in Rehoboth, and then the 8th of March 2025, which will be in Windhoek again. Okay. So the national team program preparations for the African Cup, which is obviously also our World Cup qualifiers, as Namibia aims to secure qualification for the 2027 Rugby World Cup. The national team's preparations for the Africa Cup in July 2025 will be a key focus. The competition is a crucial step in Namibia's journey toward global rugby success. The following fixtures are confirmed as part of our preparations. First, we have Namibia versus Boland, which is the 22nd of February, which has changed to the 21st, right?
Yeah, 21st.
21st of February 2025, which will be in Windhoek at the Hage Geingob Stadium. Namibia versus the Blue Bulls, 17th of June 2025, which will be a coastal venue to be confirmed. to be announced later on. So Namibia versus the Blue Bulls, again, on the 21st of June 2025, which will be in Windhoek. Additional fixtures against the Barbarian side, which will be local-based players, under confirmation, and it will be announced in due course.
Yep. So this is a very important period for us, and we basically want to thank MTC for coming on board, making this opportunity or this development, playing a pivotal role in this. Before I hand over to Mr. Rastus to share his powerful thoughts in the involvement of MTC, I would like our Director of Rugby just to give more insight on what the MTC Regional 15s is all about and why. And there's also a technical component to how does a player qualify to play in the MTC Regional 15s tournament. So Jacques, I can immediately hand over to you. Yeah.
Right, so
That is some great news there. Obviously, MTC getting involved in the Namibian Rugby Union. We do hope that it is going to be a very good year in terms of Namibian rugby, of course. Let us now go for another ad break before we see what is on the spotlight.
African Child Development Trust presents the annual ACE, an exclusive fundraising golf day in support of the ACDT Education Project. Join us on 21st February at the Windhoek Golf Club for this prestigious event. Register your team now on eticket.onmy.na for only 5,000 Namibian dollars per team. Your registration includes a branded golf shirt and cap, a golf cart for the day, welcome breakfast and post-play snacks, 9 on-course activations, and amazing prizes for the top 5 teams. Don't miss out. Register your team today and put for progress at the annual ACE. Together, let's drive change and support education with every swing.
Today on the Spotlight, Sport Rep has a chat with Namibia Sports Commission Chief Administrator Freddie Muya on the latest plans. Do enjoy. Yes, Sport Rep is joined, that is by the Namibia Sports Commission Chief Administrator, Master Freddie Muya. Compliments to the new year, sir.
Compliments and wishing everybody a very productive 2025.
Yes, a productive one indeed, we hope for. Well, it is the beginning of the year and I'm sure your office has been busy. We just saw Timetronics coming here a few weeks back. Well, can you just outline some of the plans you have for this year?
We started very well. As you know, beginning of the year, it's a year whereby you start finalizing all the plans, though we started with all the plans from last year. And we started implementing some of the plans already for this year. But one and foremost, the most important part that we did this year was to bring together all the federation presidents and all the federation secretary generals. As you know, those are the 2 centers of power to run a federation. One providing fiduciary duties, second one doing maintaining and also implementing decisions of the executives. So we managed to have a very successful workshop which lasted for 8 hours, and we actually divided the 2 groups into various sections. And apart from that, now we are going to have what we call a general assembly, where we invite the majority of all our sports going on the 22nd of February, where a message about sport and where we are going this year that need to be given by the office of the Honorable Minister of Sport, Youth and National Services. If you look about this year, we look for many projects of sport activity this year. You know, we are hosting the AUSC Region 5 Youth Games in Namibia. So we started already with the plans of preparing Team Namibia, and we are very happy that we are at a very advanced stage as it stands.
That is wonderful to hear that. Obviously, we hope that the stadium and everything will be ready for the Region 5 games. Master Muya, one of the things that obviously we discussed last year was about taking sports to greater heights here. And one of the things that we saw was that indeed a delegation that traveled to Botswana to assess and see what they are doing right in terms of sports development. They just recently got a medal at the Olympics as well, which was very important. What can you say about that progress, and what has the Sports Commission done so far in order to just advance plans to actually bring sports to a great height?
You know, if you look about our theme, Los Angeles 2028 and beyond, it already resonates very well with our plan of action to ensure that come 2028 and beyond, that we can also be able to send a very competent team to the Olympic Games and Paralympic Games. What we have done so far, we are working on what we call the Triple P, which we call it the Podium Performance Program, and we are going to embark upon some training with coaches on sport development program, athlete pathway program, so that by the end of the day we can have a group of elite athletes that we need to spend much money on, and then we train these athletes through the federations, that by the end of the day we have got a very competent team. In the month of March, we are embarking, what we call it a roadshow trip across the whole country, where we are also revamping the whole sports structure within the country in all the 14 regions, because we realize if we do not actually go to the regions, that's where the talent are. And we really need to do what we call coaching clinics. We have identified 3 clusters in the country. We've got cluster A, cluster B, and cluster C. We'll also be taking plus or minus 15 coaches from various sports courts. Then for a week session, we spend some time in one region, and we provide training, clinics, especially the coaches, that we capacitate the coaches, that, at the end of the day, they can actually remain with the skills and also grow the skills among the athletes.
One of the things we know that it is indeed a very important year in terms of the country. Obviously, there are expected to be a new administration. Yes, we did speak, and I'm not going to put you on the spot in terms of who you want as the Minister of Sport or who you feel as the Minister of Sport. But I just want to ask, how important will this be, and what do you expect maybe from the incoming minister in terms of just administration?
Obviously, when you run that office, there's a need for one to understand the dynamic that are involved in the field of sport, the challenges that are involved in the field of sport, and also the crucialness of this industry, that is one of the biggest industry ever, to be very honest, especially if you look in the European world. They look at sport, it's one of the biggest industry. You look about West and East Africa, and they look at sport, it's one of the crucial industry. I think we need somebody who can come and who can actually be able to do any transformation. I think we are ready to support whoever is going to take that position. My job is to provide the advice that is required, and by the end of the day, we all win together. If we lose together. So we need to have a collective team effort, that we are there to serve the nation.
Definitely. One last word from the Sports Commission office.
I really call upon brothers and sisters, especially the corporate world, yes, that we need to formulate partnership with our federations. Gone are the days where you say you are a sponsor, but the partnership is needed, because by partnering with our federations, that's the only way we can grow sport, and that's the only way we can also grow your brand.
Thank you so much, sir, and good luck to 2025.
Welcome.
That was Freddie Muya, Chief Administrator of the Namibia Sports Commission. We have an avalanche on the spotlight today. Also on the spotlight, we speak to local fan favorite Jeremiah Nakathila on his plans for the year. The boxer has sights set on making the year great. Let us hear from him. Jeremiah Loki Nakathila, obviously he is the Namibian top boxer, professional boxer. Compliments to the new year, Loki.
Thank you, Jesse.
Yes. Obviously, it is a new year with new plans and new stuff. Quite a great year you had last year. Obviously, a traveled boxer that has gone internationally as well. Tell us, what do you plan for this year?
Yeah, so I have bigger plans for the year. I can only comment like last year was one of the best year. As I have won all my fights last year. So getting to this year is I'm looking forward to bigger fights. Even my promoter, we are in discussion with them. So I'm looking for potential fights back in the US and maybe somewhere in the UK. Yeah, so I'm preparing hard. I'm back in the gym, and the sky's the limit. And that's what I'm looking for.
Yes, the sky is the limit indeed. So you're back in the gym as well?
Yes. I'm back in the gym right now. I started early in the beginning of January, and it's almost a month in the gym already. So I'm pushing. In the morning and afternoon, I'm in the gym, and I'm looking forward to announcement of when I will be fighting. That will be coming from my promoter side. My job is to be in the gym, train and get ready, be ready, fit.
Yes, as your promoter, you said there is the one obviously responsible for making sure you get the fight. But if we look at in your division there, are there some boxers you are really targeting or you wish to meet this year?
Actually, I'm just looking at the top guys. The guys that are above me, the guys that have the belts. Those are the boxers I'm looking at, and so for sure, if I get this opportunity, I'll make sure.
Yes, Loki. Obviously, we know that the years are moving, and definitely you are going into those years where people start thinking of retirement and all that. Have you ever thought of that?
Yeah, so retirement not in my mind right now, but yeah, I'm seeing I'm now a legend in this boxing. I've been over almost 20 years doing boxing. That's a lot, and hopefully I look at maybe I have 2 to 3 years in boxing right now, so then I will call it off.
Oh, 2 to 3 years in boxing. What will be one of the things you would like to achieve in maybe those 2 to 3 years that would make you think this is it, I had it all now?
Looking at now, just think I've achieved already much in boxing, and now we just to maintain and keep winning and get some of those good fights, like in the US, whereby also it can be good financial. See, boxing is a sport. You're not gonna do it forever, but also on the side, it's like making a living out of it. So if I have to get a good potential fight where I have a good offer, money on the table, so that's what I'm looking at. Those achievements. I don't really looking for titles and all these things, but I look at potential good fight that can earn me something.
All right, okay. I just want to wish you all the best for 2025, and we hope to see you in action.
Thank you, Jesse.
That was Jeremiah Loki Nakathila, one of the guys that fought on American soil on a couple of occasions. Definitely a lucky chap there. He hopes that he will be able to deliver this year, stating that he does not plan on retiring, probably only after 3 to 4 years. This brings us to the end of today's show. Do catch the Sport Rap Show again tomorrow at the same time and place. From me, Jesse Jackson Kauraitha, it is goodbye.